sort of savior complex?
I just want to get the bad guys, but if I can't see them, I can't shoot them.
Look, all these guys, they know your name. They feel invincible with you up there.
They're not.
They are if they think they are. Why don't you just keep banging on the long gun?
The University of Michigan reversing its decision to cancel a scheduled showing of that film American Sniper, originally scrapped after protests from students and staff saying the movie advances negative stereotypes against Muslims. Now, the vice president for the student life says, quote, the initial decision to cancel the movie was not consistent with the high value the University of Michigan places on freedom of expression. The movie will be shown at the originally scheduled time and location, end quote. So the show goes on. Marjorie Clifton, former consultant of the Obama campaign and principal for Clifton Consulting, and Kevin McCullough is a nationally syndicated radio host and CEO of Extra Media. And good morning to both of you. Kevin, did you have a problem canceling this in the first place?
Absolutely.
Or did the school make the right call bringing it back then?
They did. They rectified it, but they absolutely made the wrong call in canceling it to begin with. You're talking about less than 1% of the students on campus that signed the petition. You're talking about a significant piece of theatrical art. And you're talking about some of the greatest issues shaping our time. Canceling the showing of this film demonstrates why so many people find the university experience increasingly useless. Normally, people would have said, hey, let's show this and have a debate about it. Let's let Middle Eastern study professors come in and American history professors come in and have a discussion and duke it out and let the campus be the place where free speech really does take place. Instead, we get scared, we're afraid of litigation, we're afraid of whatever outside influences happen, we shut it down.
Well,
it's just not the way to go.
It's going to happen now. Marjorie, what's wrong? Do you have a problem with it? Did you want it to be shown or not in Ann Arbor?
Well, I agree. This is a really tough issue because there is that push and pull between, free speech and freedom of expression, but there also is, for better or for worse, a heightened sensitivity, especially within the Muslim community. And I think what the university did was react responsibly in terms of what the students were calling for and saying, you know what, there's a lot of other films, a lot of other options. So I think their initial action was right, but they probably got an unexpected blowback, and a lot of people saying, well, we want to see it, and they reversed the decision.
Kevin's making the point, go ahead and show it and debate it. Let's talk about it. What's wrong with that? Marjorie? With
Kevin's point? Well, no, listen, I think that saying that it fairly represents all sides is probably not accurate. Now, in all disclosure, I haven't seen the film yet, but what I do understand of it is that it is the perspective of that military person, the mindset they get in. And look, my brother's military, I understand how that all operates. But there is another side to the story, and that of especially the Muslims in America that aren't representative of terrorists, that aren't every terrorist. And there is a heightened sensitivity, a heightened scrutiny to anyone who is Muslim in this country at that time. And I think that is what the university was trying to respond to and be responsible about for their students.
Sorry, but Kevin, you're making the point here that there is value in studying the film.
Sure,
and the
absolutely.
significance of the movie. In what way?
Have the debate over things that are disagreeable. That's what the American university experience was about for a long, long time. Look, I love Marjorie to death, but what they were going to show in its place was Paddington Bear. Are we serious?
I do agree that was a ridiculous choice. That was.
And here's the real problem, Bill.
But you know what?
But here's the real problem. If these students who are made up of Middle Eastern and North African and Muslim student groups, if they're really concerned about the images that are being portrayed negatively about Muslim stereotypes in the world, then they should be disproportionately protesting every ISIS video that comes out. They should be screaming from the loudest top of every mountain, this doesn't represent us and we're not like that. The problem is they protest this when in reality it's not really having anything negative to do with how they're perceived.
I'm going to give Marjorie the last word here. The new head coach, Jim Harbaugh, knows how to win fans. He sent out this tweet. Michigan football will watch American Sniper. Proud of Chris Kyle and proud to be an American. And if that offends anybody, then so be it. Marjorie, last word, quickly.
That's free speech for you. But I would say I agree that having a discussion around it would be a positive thing. But I also think that there are Muslim groups. There are many out there. And frankly, half of Muslims agree that more visibility should happen around Muslim leaders and the things they're doing to protest extremism.
Then let's talk it out.
Talk it out, hug
it out. Marjorie, thank you. Kevin, thanks to you as well.
That's right.
Next time. See you later. Bye-bye.